Hello, everybody. You're bringing heaven down to earth. Zach said I had to do the welcome, and I thought that included the song I get at the beginning. So, welcome.
I'm not going to play the song this week. Like when I'm editing, I'm just going to put that in.
That was not what I intended for this. Okay. Anyway, welcome to Featuring Fatherhood. I'm Josiah.
I'm Zachary.
And today we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Are you sure it's Zachary? Did your parents ever tell you it was actually Zachariah?
No, I told people it was Zachariah.
Oh, okay.
Like to mess with them. Like there's still people out there who think my name is Zachariah. Side note, I do a lot of side notes, I'm realizing. But anyways, I once worked at a camp in college, like for 5th and 6th graders, and there was 2 Zachs at the camp, like as leaders. And everyone just always called me by my last name, Zeno, anyways. So all of us were like, all right, this is Zach, this is Zeno. I worked so hard to convince my kids that I actually didn't have a first name, that it was just Zeno. Like I was like, I've got, my family comes from this little island off the coast of Italy where they don't have first names. It's only like, Mr. Zeno and then, little Zeno, and they believed it.
That's great.
It was great.
Kids, tonight's lesson is about how you don't lie. But
it was a white lie. It was fun.
That's great. I like that. Well, tonight we're doing something a little different.
Yep.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yep.
So
I'm nervous.
I'm a little nervous too. So basically, we've got 3 pieces of paper. We got a pen
Each.
Yes, each, and we're both going to write down 3 questions, and we don't know what the other person's gonna write. And then we're gonna throw it into a bowl.
We don't even know what we're gonna write at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. And then we're going to randomly pick. And the issue is, I want to do something goofy, like something really stupid.
Yeah.
But, I might pull that question.
Yeah.
So we don't know. So here we go. We're going to give it a shot.
It's going to be fun.
All right.
All right. So, three questions. Start writing. What do we got?
3 hours later.
All right. So we've got.
Is this recording?
We're recording.
Oh, sweet.
We're live.
I guess.
We're not live. We're
Yeah.
pre-recorded.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. I could do a live stream. All right, throw it in the Madrid hat. It's upside down, but it says Madrid. It's from Madrid. If you didn't get that,
I did. I assumed.
Okay. All right. So again, we don't know what each other wrote down. I did do a serious one, a goofy one, and then one that I hope will be yours and be embarrassing for you. And I'll be really upset if it's mine.
I kind of hope I get it, to be honest. I did 3 goofy ones, so
Okay.
we'll see.
Perfect. So there's one serious question in here.
All right, I'll go first.
You can go first, sure.
Okay. Oh.
That one is yours.
That one, and it was definitely, I think it's definitely yours.
Is it?
Oh, man, here we go. Okay. Hope it's a serious one. Okay. If you had to get a tattoo. Dang it. It's still in there. If you had to get a tattoo not representing your kids, what would it be and where? So I've actually talked about this. So I'm the oldest of 8 kids. A lot of kids. 7 boys, 1 girl. And my dad, growing up, would tell these stories called Billy the Monster. Okay? So Billy
I already like this.
was an old hermit that lived outside of a town. And everybody assumed he was like a monster. There was horror stories about this guy named Billy. And these group of kids named Josiah, Elijah, Olivia, Samuel, Gabriel, Seth, Titus, and Simeon.
Those are his siblings.
Those are my siblings.
If you
I didn't
didn't catch that.
Pull those out. Yeah, I'm serious. Met him and realized how incredible of a person he was. And he gifted them all with different abilities.
This is a good story.
Yeah.
This is a good dad moment.
Oh, it was Billy the Monster was our favorite thing at night. It really, really was. And every child had unique abilities based on this, the spirit animal that he gave them.
Yeah.
So, for example, mine was the deer.
Okay.
And I had the ability to run really fast. It's funny. I can go down the line. It gets substantially worse. It's almost like my dad gave up trying with each kid because you got me as a deer, which I never really liked. It's a deer.
Right.
Okay. Elijah got a lion.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's why did he get the lion?
The lions are really lazy. Let's be real.
But they're fast and they're strong.
Yeah, but they're lazy. They let all the other animals do the work for them.
True. Olivia.
Your deer's pretty cool.
Olivia was the owl. She was wise.
That's pretty cool.
Sam, I want to say Sam was a monkey, and I don't remember what his ability was. Gabe was a dog because I think he was old. He was loyal.
Okay.
See what I'm talking about? It's substantially getting like worse.
I mean, it makes sense though.
Seth was a bunny rabbit, and he is to this day loathes the idea of being a bunny rabbit because he was a cute kid, and that's it. That's legitimately the reason he was a bunny rabbit. And I can't even remember. I want to say that Simeon was a kangaroo. I still have no idea why. And then Tice was something else. Anyway, we wanted to all get our animals tattooed on our bodies. I think that would be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool one.
So
nice.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like because I knew that would be a good one since we both have tattoos.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all right, your turn.
I'm not looking. Oh, it's yours. I can tell. No, wait.
It's yours.
It's mine. Crap. Okay. This is it's
It's a serious one?
This is the serious one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the one.
It's still
I
out
still
there.
didn't want to get this one, but I'm okay with it. I don't want the other one. So I put, what has been your biggest success as a dad or your biggest failure?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right. I actually feel like that would be a fun video topic all on its own.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Good point.
I think so. I've noticed my biggest. I'll go with my biggest failure because I don't like saying like my biggest success. But I think my biggest failure has just been like allowing myself to be passive in a negative way, right? Like, like if you look at scripture, right, like there's passive in a good way, like there's a good character trait of being passive, right? Like Jesus was passive before the, when he was being crucified. Like he could have pulled himself off the cross. He could have, it says in I think Matthew, like he says, don't you think I could call down to my Father and he would send down 12 legions of angels or whatever, right? So like Jesus was passive because he knew what was set before him, what was needed, right? But then you get like Adam, who was passive in not leading his wife, like when she was tempted by the serpent.
Yeah.
And it actually says that Adam was right there with his wife. So I think there's a good passivism. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using. Passivity.
Sounds nice.
But and then there's like a negative one. And I think I've noticed that it's really easy for me to be passive. And really easy on like the little things. Like, oh yeah, that doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter that, so Amelia's like 1.5, and like when people do some stuff that annoys me on the road, like I'm like, you idiot! Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, no, like that actually does matter.
Yeah.
And so I think I would say that'd be my biggest failure right now is allowing myself to be passive in a way that I don't want her to replicate.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Yeah, I like that. It's a good question.
Yep.
Oh man.
If we go through this too quickly, because we're going quick, we might have to go back and like answer our own or something.
I mean, I might as well.
Except for one. We won't answer one.
Okay.
I really don't want that one.
Here's one of mine.
Okay.
All right. Still in there.
There's only 3 left.
Walk into a gas station. One snack. One drink. What you getting? Something simple. Okay, so ever have Snyder's pretzels?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, Snyder's pretzels.
Those are
down.
so good for a road trip too.
Oh yeah, honey mustard and onion every single time. Like I could.
I mean, I just
destroy
go normal, but
yeah, you could. But the flavored ones are for us. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
You gonna make fun of me because I'm picky?
Make it funny because you like flavor, bro. Flavor Town. And then if I was to get a drink, I mean, I used to be big on energy drinks, and I realized what I was putting into my body. Probably just water. Like, I'm gonna be honest. If I was on a road trip, it'd probably be like, there's these new energy drinks out there called Ghost energy drinks, and they're probably the best tasting drinks I've ever had in my life. Like, so good. So that's what I would do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
I don't want to draw.
Yes.
Scared. Oh, I can tell this is green. Okay, who was your celebrity crush growing up? Oh, dude, there was like 17 of them.
Oh man, that's great. I wanted it to make it something awkward that Emma would watch this and be like, "Hey, what up?"
Honestly,
But,
though, it's so I think
Like Sarah and I have talked about our celebrity
Yeah.
crushes like continuously. So.
well, I think it's actually funny because so the two that stand out are Emma Watson and Natalie Portman, and Emma's kind of like she looks like both of them a little
Yeah.
bit. Like she has similar face structures and things like that. So like for me, I'm like, oh yeah, like that works. Like
yeah, the nerd in you liked Hermione and Padme.
did.
though.
I
That's
did.
that's the reality.
I did.
Of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
But-
get it. I get it. Yeah,
solid.
very very solid choices.
Please get mine.
Oh,
Please
man.
do it. Is it?
Bro, I got mine.
Dude, you suck.
Yes, this is what I was hoping for.
All right.
Most embarrassing moment ever. Oh man, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments. And like honestly, most of them happened leading worship on Sunday.
Mm.
Like it is the worst feeling in the world. Like one time I started a song, I started singing a song off key, like completely off key. And
I wouldn't have noticed, honestly.
Oh, it was so bad. One time it was, I don't like to think about this because it like makes me want to cringe. Oh, I don't want to say it, but it's fine. You know, it's the past. Praise God. I was helping start a church
Mm-hmm.
in Columbia City,
Okay.
and it was the first Sunday. It was pretty small, and it was just like me and a cajon. And first song, first strum, my string broke on my guitar. And if you know what it's like, your guitar goes completely out of tune.
Yep.
So you're trying to make a good first impression. It's a new church, new people, and ding. And what do you do? And so, oh man, I put my guitar off to the side, and I said, "Today we're singing a cappella." So I led the entire service in a cappella, and it was just like I wanted to die the entire time. It's nothing I could do.
Does anyone have a guitar in their trunk? You can bring it in here for me, please?
Yes, honestly, yes. At that point, and it got to a point where during the sermon, I went out and retuned it, and it still sounded terrible.
Yeah.
So first,
But you didn't have a spare string.
I didn't
with
have
you.
a spare string,
Come on,
and
it's a
I now
failure.
always keep a spare string. In fact, for about 3 years after that, I brought a second guitar just in case.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore. I should probably start doing it again.
Well,
now that I've talked about it.
there's plenty of guitars at the church. that you can grab.
Exactly. So
You
I
did
would
a
say
really good voice of that guitar string breaking.
ding because it happened a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It does not feel good either.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So, all right, the last one there, Zach.
I feel like, okay, this went by really quick. So either we stop it or we have to then go back and answer the ones we didn't answer
We can do that.
because I'm a little salty that I got this one. I actually, okay, so I will say I wrote this and I then was like, no, I got to have a little bit of like a trapdoor way out in case I get it. So says you have to expose your wife on something.
Oh.
You got one?
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, go ahead, man. What?
Well, okay, so I said you have to expose your wife on something or sacrifice yourself and expose yourself twice.
Oh. Wow. I'm totally exposing myself twice. That is a no-brainer. Like.
Oh
man.
I didn't even think about what I would say though.
Exposed, like in something embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that's a oof. Man.
I know, right? I was really hoping I wouldn't get it. Like I know exactly what I would say to expose my wife. But I'm like, I can't do it.
Oh man. That's
Honestly,
amazing.
mostly out of a little bit of fear.
Oh, 100% fear. Like, yes.
Um,
I expose myself. Number one, I'm terrified of my wife. No, I'm just
expose myself. What am I gonna say?
3 hours later.
Okay, so I don't know if I don't know if this is like embarrassing or not, or if this is normal or not. But like I talk to myself a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't usually show anyone, right? Like, I don't think Emma even realizes I do it, but like I'll play out conversations, like ways I wish I would have had a conversation, but I'll do it aloud, mostly like when I'm driving.
Yeah.
And then like when I pull into a parking lot and I'm still doing it and like people look at me, I like act like I'm on the phone, right? Like I'm like looking at my center console, and then I'll like be like, okay, bye, and hit the end call button. So yeah.
I love that. I mean, to be honest, like I completely pretend to be on the phone when I don't want to talk to people. Like I've been doing that a lot more at work when like people are coming my direction. Hello?
Yes. What can I do for you, Steven?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Steven's calling. Sorry, guys.
Yes, Master Steven. Expose myself to number 2. Do one of yours while I'm still trying to think of mine.
I would say not as maybe embarrassing, but it's something that I should be probably a little embarrassed about. So as dads, there's certain things that come with being a dad and being good at certain things. Like it's a stereotypical dad. I cannot grill to save my life. It is so bad, and the food is either chewy or it's still squawking. Like it is so bad, and I cannot figure it out. I've watched Gordon Ramsay. I've watched video. My dad has flown in from Utah to show me how, and I still am completely lost. The only grill I have is a tiny little charcoal grill that I'll like cook hot dogs on, and the kids will roast marshmallows. That is it. When it comes to grilling, I have failed as a dad. 100%.
It's not that hard.
Okay. Well, it's not that hard to not pretend you're talking to yourselves. I'm just joking. Sure. I do it too. I
did think of my other one. So I'm honestly like, I'm not really embarrassed by this, but it's like to hear this would be like, really, you're a grown man and this is you. Right through that door. Sorry, camera, you can't see it. Is a box of 27 Build-A-Bears from my childhood. And when I say childhood, I do mean up until like age 16. Though in my defense, the age 16 one I was making with my cousin and my brother. My cousin's like 8 years younger than me, and it was a family thing. But yeah, I have 27 Build-A-Bears.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
Is
be
it impressive or is it embarrassing? I mean, I'm not that embarrassed by it, but
I don't think it's embarrassing,
really
especially if they're memories. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't. Never done a Build-A-Bear, so I
guess
really? I wouldn't know. But
I've got 27 if you want to pick from one.
One of these episodes, we're gonna Zach's gonna introduce all his Build-A-Bears. He's got them all named, and it's great.
I mean, honestly, they are all named, but I don't remember them. They all came with like those little birth certificates.
Yeah.
I will say, I do have 2 that are really cool. One is Wally the Green Giant from Fenway Park, like their mascot for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
That I made like right next to Fenway. And the other one is Fred Bird from the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But then there's 25 other ones. All right, what's your other one?
Oh man, my other one. Okay.
Wait, hang on, it's still going.
Bro, this is tough.
I know.
Oh man, it is hard, but like there's a couple things that come to mind. So one, I'm an adult man, obviously, and I have an absolute love for like SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob.
We've talked about this.
We have. And I don't know. I think it's because it's just like, that's what you watched growing up. If you were at a hotel or something. I absolutely love SpongeBob. And I will quote it. And the biggest issue now is Sarah hates it. And she legitimately does not allow it in our house. And I'll say something like, in Patrick's voice. And Colin will go,
is tartar sauce an instrument? SpongeBob!
I'll do it all day. And the issue now is Colin, who hears me, said, Dad, you can't say that. That's inappropriate. And then he'll tell Mom. Like today, Sarah was dropping him off at school, and he's like, guess what Dad did last night? And Sarah's like, what did Dad do? And he goes, he showed us a clip of SpongeBob on YouTube. And she immediately texted me. I received a text from Sarah at work. She said, Colin said you showed him SpongeBob last night. Is that true? I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't do anything around the kids anymore. So
They
yes.
just tell on you.
Yes. So I think SpongeBob is probably the funniest thing in the world. But I'm sorry, Sarah.
What's funnier than SpongeBob?
23.
Oh my gosh.
About all I know. Okay. You got yours still that you answered?
Yes.
Read me one of yours.
Okay. Most embarrassing moment.
Oh, dang it. See, I almost said this one for the exposing one, but I still had to have something to expose myself with. So I don't really get embarrassed that easily. But there is one thing that like I hate it. And it comes up once a year at least because my mom always reposts it. It's a video from when we were on a mission trip somewhere and we were in like our church basement that we were staying in, and people were playing music and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song was playing. And I knew the whole thing. Like I could sing the whole thing and was dancing to it. And so every year my mom posts that video and I absolutely hate it. I'm so embarrassed by it. Like Emma loves it. She thinks it's hilarious. I think partially because I hate it so much. You're going on my mom's YouTube.
What's your mom's name?
I'm not telling you.
I'm just looking up Zeno.
It's
Julie? Is that your mom's name?
No.
Selena?
No, it's Julie.
You liar. That's great. Anyway, continue.
It's so like I die a little bit every time I watch
wonderful.
it. So
I'm not looking it up right now.
you're gonna find it later, though, won't you?
I'll find it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll share it with all of you.
All right.
It's great. All right, my next one.
Who was your celebrity crush growing up?
Celebrity crush growing up. So since I was like I was a part of the punk scene a little bit as a kid, and Paramore, the band Paramore.
Yeah.
Haley Williams, lead singer of Paramore, had a crush on for quite a while, and then I think I grew up a little, and then Carrie Underwood, like
Makes sense.
went through a scene where I loved country music, so Carrie Underwood. So
I thought you were gonna say like Sandy Cheeks or something.
wow,
I'm really sorry, Sarah.
tied for third. Let's be honest here. It's Pearl that comes in fourth, but anyway. Oh man. Okay, next one for you.
Yep. I think I remember this one. It's like the food or whatever.
If you get a tattoo,
Oh,
that representing your kids.
Yeah. So I've thought about this one a lot. Someone I knew once got this tattoo, and I've loved it ever since. Basically, he got 3 arrows right here, and they all were like a little different. So like one was straight, sharp at the end, and like precise feathers. And he was like, that's because like my son, like that's how he is. Like he's sharp, he's precise. It has to be by the book, like personality or whatever it is, type A personality. Right. And then there was one that was like the shaft was like actually dots, and the arrow point was like had multiple points, and then like the feathers were like these big flowing feathers. And it was like because the daughter was really creative and all this stuff. So like they had like specific meaning. And I've always been like, I really love that.
Yeah.
Like I love the idea of having a tattoo that is like specific to each of my kids, but isn't just like their name. Like it's something like I have to think to create. Kind of like how your dad did with the Billy the Monster. But then also I love the proverb about how children are like arrows in the quiver of a man. So yeah,
That's cool.
That's what I'd go with.
I like
do
that.
it right here.
I like that. It's cool.
Have to wait a little bit though. Like I feel like I will do that at one point,
Yeah.
but I have to wait until they're older.
That's not terrible to get a tattoo. I'm going to be honest. I have my entire side tattooed
no.
right here. I'm so glad I never have to get tattooed there again.
No.
Misery.
This one wasn't bad.
Yeah, that one's
This
not bad.
one wasn't too bad, except for when they were like coloring it in.
Yeah, like they went, yeah.
And
like,
it's really interesting because this one, like, it's like I found a sketch that I really liked about it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Pull it and twist my. How does this work? It's upside down.
Upside down lion.
It like the draw. It's like a sketch drawing. So like the inside is like just sketches.
Gotcha.
So the guy literally just with the needles going.
That's tough. That's tough.
So yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Last one.
Last
me?
one for you. I think there's one more for me. What's been your biggest success as a dad or biggest failure?
Ooh, I forgot about this one. So I would say biggest success.
Also, we're at 1 minute.
Okay, is the amount of like investment that Sarah and I have made in the boys at the age they are now. A lot of like moments like where we do things like as a family, like that they'll remember forever and ever. The investment that we made in them in regard to that, and just like, you know, listening to them and being vulnerable with them and communicating with them and how we communicate. But I would also say my failure is starting off not doing that and getting like frustrated and angry and talking down on them and making them feel bad about themselves, which breaks my heart that I said something to make them feel bad about themselves. So once I learned that, reversing that and, you know, speaking them in a gentler, graceful way.
Nice. Solid. All right. The last one for me was something about snacks.
Gas station. One snack, one drink.
If I'm on a road trip, I get a large cup and fill it to the top with ice, and then I put some Dr. Pepper in it. Drink the Dr. Pepper, and then I just eat the ice. Like that's what keeps me awake. And then snack either Sour Patch Kids, or I get like the flattened smushed pretzels. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I have no idea.
The pretzels that are like flat,
thin.
Yeah,
they're baked.
I think so.
Oh.
They're so good.
Interesting.
It's like a blue bag.
Interesting.
So yeah.
There you go. Cool stuff. More you know.
Yep. So all right. Well, that's been tonight's episode. Fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different than what we typically do. Yeah. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit subscribe, like and subscribe and share. And thank you for that. Play the song.